decided that we're going to do something a little bit different this week. We're going to talk to you about one of our favorite states so far. It's actually a state that we spent 8 months out of the last 2 years exploring and RVing.
Welcome to Project RV's Best of Arizona episode, where we're going to cover some of our favorite AZ adventures.
State 48, baby.
Arizona is an RVer's paradise. Outdoor adventures out the wazoo. So we're going to be covering everything from our favorite campground, paddleboard, hiking, national park, etc.
Really bad about introducing ourselves sometimes. So, for those of you that don't know, this is Thomas.
This is Victoria, and welcome to the Project RV Living Lost YouTube channel. We've got a saying around here: don't do what we do, learn from what we do, and hopefully you can do that because we've been at this full-time RV thing for almost 2 years now. Victoria is a travel nurse in which we change locations every few months. We spent time in Texas, Virginia, Alabama, twice in Arizona, and currently we are in Oregon.
We've seen more of this beautiful country in the past 2 years RVing than we had seen in the previous years combined.
We love sharing our experiences with you, both the good and the bad. And truthfully, we've been learning as we go this entire time. But hopefully we can be some sort of small inspiration for you to hit the road and maybe go out and explore for yourself. And let's not forget this very important part. If you like what you're seeing, make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe, because it really does help us reach a broader audience. Okay, now that we got that all out of the way, let's get down to business. Arizona has zero shortage of outdoor adventures for you, simply due to its unique landscape: canyons, mesas, deserts, mountains.
So let's kick this thing off with our favorite hike. My favorite hike was Antelope Canyon in Page, Arizona.
Yeah, it's one of those highly photographed locations that you see when looking at pictures of Arizona.
But due to COVID, we weren't able to access it the traditional way. Instead, we ended up not just doing a 2-mile hike, but also a 4-mile paddleboard.
Yeah, we had to go through Lake Powell into Antelope Canyon. But now that COVID restrictions are lifted, don't quote us on this, but you should be able to go through a Navajo guide the regular way.
But honestly, I might still suggest doing it the way we did it. It was all self-guided and we had a lot of fun. Ready?
Let's go. First for us in terms of like slot canyon hikes, because these walls go
straight up.
Oh, nailed it. About an hour and a half on the trail.
And then an hour and a half back.
I think you need to have at least like fair to good fitness to be able to do both the paddleboarding, the hike, and then the paddleboard back.
Agreed.
I think we just like the challenging stuff, because my favorite hike was the Romero Pools hike just outside of Tucson. So this is in Catalina State Park. It's a right around 7-mile in and out hike with 1,300 feet of elevation gain. Now, we may have gone about this the wrong way. We were prepared, but we went at the beginning of the summer in the hottest part of the day.
Oof.
Pretty flat. Then they say you start getting to the rocky stuff. Going up. All Trails says that this is a hard trail.
I'm sure Thomas is gonna shorten this sequence a lot for time, but this is tough.
So it was a little challenging, but totally worth it, because about 3.5 miles in, you get to the pools. Now, when we were there, they were a little shallow, but we have seen instances when we were researching it where people were actually jumping into the pools. They were deep enough, but obviously it can vary depending on what time of year you're there.
And the rainfall.
Okay.
We made it. so glad we did this. It is so pretty.
It was tough, but definitely worth it.
Maybe try doing it whenever it's not as hot outside though.
Yeah. Again, don't do what we do, learn from what we do. And since we're already in the Tucson area, let's talk about a category that we both actually agree on, which is our favorite campground.
The KOA Journey in Tucson is right up our alley. It has a lot going on. It is very family friendly. You might not even have to leave the campground if you don't want to.
And this, folks, is why you come to a KOA, because it's got all of the things.
It's obviously a very popular campground. I mean, there were people bustling around everywhere, to the barbecue restaurant on site, to the camp store, to the pool. But honestly, my favorite part of it was the different sites that they had all around.
We actually ended up getting really lucky with our site. This, y'all, is what you call a happy accident. I just wanted a nice easy pull-through site, and we ended up in one of these KOA spots that has like a stone hearth fireplace and a bar stool and table outside.
It's pretty sweet.
Pretty good for, I don't know, $45 a night after the discount.
KOAs are always a good time. People are always out and about, and this place is actually pretty packed right now.
Yeah, and also it has a barbecue spot.
Yes.
In Arizona didn't necessarily fit all the normal categories when you're coming up with a list, so we came up with our own, our favorite unexpected party.
We work hard, but we like to party hard too. And since we're agreeing on things, I think it's pretty safe to say that our favorite unexpected party was running into Memorial Day at Lake Havasu. It is insane over here. Yeah, this kind of party like takes me back to my high school spring break days. Crazy out here.
I had some time off and we were just looking to get away for the weekend, so we went to Lake Havasu, not actually realizing what weekend it was. And lo and behold, we get out to the lake and there are boats as far as the eye can see.
And lots of boobs.
Lots of boobs. The next day, but
look, y'all, it's the only time in her travel nursing career that she's ever called out, but after this party, it was necessary.
Now listen, we like a great campground with all of the amenities like everyone else, but sometimes you can't beat boondocking.
If you're maybe not familiar with the term boondocking, they also call it dry camping, which is essentially camping without electricity, water, or sewer, powered by either solar or a generator, and oftentimes it allows you to get to places where there aren't RV campgrounds.
My favorite boondocking experience was when we went to Craigie Wash, which is actually just 15 minutes outside of Lake Havasu.
All right, coming up on Craigie Wash right here. Now it's a matter of finding a good spot we like.
It's one of the few places we've camped at twice.
It's conveniently located, and it is on BLM land, and there's surprisingly a camp host sometimes. There's a 14-day limit, but we liked it so much that we had some friends fly out and they joined us there.
Yeah, and they loved it.
generator maintenance.
We are officially here at Craigie Wash, and we might be the furthest RV group back in this BLM land. Now it's time to settle in and celebrate. Cheers to 4 nights of BLM camping. Woo! It's not a bad setup. And y'all paid how much for this? $100 a night. My choice for favorite boondock, Sedona. So this is actually another one of those situations where we had friends fly out from the Carolinas, rent their own RV, drive from Phoenix, and camp outside of Sedona with us.
We love it when our friends join us.
Yeah, we camped on Fire Road 525C, and that's gonna be about 20 minutes outside of downtown Sedona.
Can't beat that.
We found this dry camping spot off of Fire Road 525C. First time using it, everything fired right up. Beautiful. First time boondocking, so very excited about this experience.
Oh, look at that with the foot. No saw needed.
Dear Sedona, I love you.
A place so nice, we visited twice.
Sedona is actually my choice for our next category of favorite town. People come from all over to see these magical Red Canyon walls, and if you're into crystals and vortex vibes, this might be the spot for you.
I like that boulder. That's a nice boulder.
All them good vibe stones.
Look at the little one.
When it comes to outdoor activities, another place where there is no shortage of them. There are hikes everywhere around Sedona. It is a little touristy, but totally worth the experience.
Ready?
Let's do it. It's just so beautiful up here. It's hard to beat, y'all.
Now, if you're into the hippie stuff and the crystals, but maybe not so much the vortexes, maybe Bisbee is the place for you. That is my choice for my favorite town.
Possibly the coolest little desert mountain town you may have never heard of. Welcome to Bisbee.
See the bee? Right up there?
Bisbee actually landed on our radar thanks to our friends and fellow RV travelers, Beth and Court. You can check out their YouTube channel at Life with Beth and Court.
We love a good funky mountain town, and this one was right up our alley. It has only about 6,000 residents, and it actually has an ordinance where you can only have local businesses within the downtown area.
It's really cool. It used to be an old mining town, so all the houses are built into the canyon wall around the mine. It's beautiful out there. Okay, we got all the way to the top of the stairs. It's like 150 stairs. I would hate to be the person that lives at the top of this thing.
Oh my gosh.
They must be in the best shape of anyone ever. Specifically, Arizona's smallest bar, which is up these stairs right here.
Literally has 4 bar seats.
That's it. But also Arizona's longest operating bar, St. Elmo's, since 1902.
1902.
Bisbee is one of those towns that's filled with a lot of rich history and some pretty unique characters. It's located about an hour and a half southeast of Tucson and about 30 minutes from Tombstone.
Yeah, I would definitely suggest if you're in the area, check it out.
Now let's talk about our favorite paddleboard session. We used to rent paddleboards, but we love it so much that we ended up going out and buying our own iRocker Blackfin inflatable paddleboards.
And honestly, we try to put them in every chance we get.
My choice is more of a float and a little less of a paddle. The Salt River outside of Mesa, Arizona. Is the Salt River salty? Most people that float the Salt River
go through a company.
But of course, that's the easy way of doing things.
We don't do the easy thing here at Project RV.
This was 100% a first. Never seen wild horses while on a paddleboard, but you do there. Most people floating the Salt River do it through the Salt River Tubing Company. That's not how we did it. We did it on our own. The length of your float is actually going to depend on where you put your floaty device in.
It's a choose your own adventure.
To the Salt River.
To seeing a horse.
All different kinds out here.
Oh, so pretty. This is exactly the reason why we came out here.
How cool are the wild horses?
So beautiful. Oh my God, I love it.
We actually had a really good time. Float took just under 4 hours. There were people cliff jumping. Obviously, the wild horses are incredible. And to be honest with you, very minimal effort spent on this one.
My favorite paddleboard adventure was Emerald Cove. Now, when we go to different places, I try to join local groups for outdoor activities, and this was on the top of every list. It was a little bit more challenging than your Salt River float, but it was 2 miles paddle upstream there and a little more relaxing 2-mile paddle back. It's located on Willow Beach in the Lake Mead Recreation Area, which is about 45 minutes south of Vegas, kind of on the border. This location did not disappoint at all. It was amazing how the water just seemed to glow bright green as soon as you got in that cave.
It was wild. Just keep in mind, there's a lot of people trying to see the cove as well, so you might be waiting in line for a little bit.
Victoria, are you seeing how clear this water is?
It is so clear. I can see the bottom, and I don't think it's close.
No, it's probably like 20 feet. That's wild.
I would love to go snorkeling down there and see what you can find.
It's not because of the enormous group of people right there. Here's how you actually do find it if it's a slower day. What did we walk into? All right, Victoria, it's almost our turn. Whoa, as soon as you get out of the sun. Holy shnikes. This is so cool.
Look how green it is in here. It is actually emerald. Now, we do have one honorable mention, and it was kind of a lifesaver.
Yeah, on these 115-degree Arizona days, there is nothing better than just jumping in the Colorado River, which was right behind our RV park.
Good way to cool us down, good way to cool the puppies down.
It's an Oreo shark.
Puppies on paddleboards.
Yeah, now they gotta learn to stay out of the way of the paddle. They'll learn. Next category was our favorite sunset, and honestly this was a really tough one because everywhere in Arizona the sunsets are amazing. My choice for favorite sunset is pretty simple. It's something that we got to see every single night in Yuma, Arizona, and there was never anything obstructing the view because it never rains there.
Yeah, it's just always so damn pretty at sunset.
Yuma sunsets are something else, man.
I don't know, I might be sentimental about my choice, but my favorite sunset was the Grand Canyon at Hopi Point. This is where the park ranger recommended we see sunset, and we listened to park rangers.
It's time to get on the red route shuttle bus and go catch the sunset.
It's so incredibly beautiful, it's really kind of hard to describe unless you put your own eyes on it.
But if you ever do go there, just remember what we learned. While the sun is setting, look away from it so you can see the contrast on the canyons, and then once it sets, look at the beautiful colors on the horizon.
So pretty, y'all.
If you think about it, this is the sun setting on our time in Arizona too.
Oh, the metaphor. Yeah, yes, this is our last sunset in Arizona.
I'm a little sad.
At the Grand Canyon. How better to go out with a bang?
You ready to wrap this thing up? Let's talk national parks. There's only 3 of them in Arizona. I'm going Grand Canyon. I know it seems like the on-the-nose choice, but
it's the Grand Canyon State.
It's the Grand Canyon State, y'all. Yeah, it's a really big hole in the ground, but it's the prettiest hole in the ground I ever seen.
South Kaibab Trail. This is the one that we want to do.
Our first eyes on the Grand Canyon. Whoa. Ooh, is right. Wow, wild up here. Victoria's out here conquering fears right now. She's been terrified.
The whole way for approximately 50 minutes so far.
We're taking it slow and steady, but she's doing a great job. I mean, what else is there to say about the Grand Canyon? It's majestic, as Victoria would say. Scenically scary.
Definitely a little scary. I think I'm gonna go with something a little less scary, and I'm gonna say Saguaro National Park.
Nice and flat for Victoria.
It's actually a very unique national park. It's split into 2 on either side of Tucson, and you have the east side that has the mountains and the west side that has all of saguaro cacti.
Unfortunately, we didn't get to see all of it.
No, we spent all of our time on the west side exploring the cacti, going on hikes, and we actually got to see the saguaro while it was blooming.
Yeah, showed up at the perfect time.
Sticker up top, stamp at the bottom. I think we are right on the verge of bloom season. It usually happens late spring to early summer, so we're a little bit early.
A little bit.
But fun fact, their blooms are only open for 24 hours.
Saguaros as far as the eye can see.
That was my line, you stole that from me. We've actually seen petroglyphs like these before. I think it was at Petrified Forest National Park.
Yeah, but we weren't able to get nearly as close to it.
Now we won't leave the other national park out. That would be Petrified Forest National Park. And it's more of a driving type park. Route 66 runs through it, and bonus, super dog friendly.
Yeah, they actually tout themselves as the most dog friendly national park. Petrified Forest National Park.
Ooh, scary.
Oh my goodness.
That's what it looks like, in case you didn't know. I didn't know.
Nope.
Petrified wood. You got a new whip?
Old whip.
Okay, what do you think? Is that about do it?
I mean, we could never do it full justice like this, but I think we hit a lot of the high points.
Yeah, we're doing our best here, y'all. Arizona, hands down, is our favorite state that we've spent real time in so far. So hopefully we got you some useful information today, and you can go out and explore Arizona for yourself.
And if you have a favorite Arizona spot that we didn't mention, please put it in the comments below, because who knows? We might be back.
That's right. We appreciate y'all tuning in, and hopefully you stick around for our PNW adventures, because in the coming weeks, we'll be showing you Oregon's most popular state park, Silver Falls State Park. We'll go on the hunt for hot springs and waterfalls and spend some time in the Columbia River Gorge, which is absolutely incredibly beautiful.
We have a lot of time in Oregon left, so please throw out your suggestions for PNW as well.
Well, we hope you have a great week, and of course, we'll be catching you next Sunday.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.